Hello everyone, welcome back to the new section. Today we are discussing about what is working capital and what are the factors affecting working capital requirements. The last video we have discussed what is fixed capital and what are the factors affecting the fixed capital requirement. So in that series, that is the series of capital structure videos, this is the last one where we are studying about working capital and factors affecting working capital. Let us see what is working capital. Working capital means the money invested or the capital invested in short-term assets are called working capital. The money invested or the capital invested in short-term assets. That means investment of money in short-term assets are called working capital investment. This short-term assets means current assets. Current assets means the assets which can be converted into cash within a period of 1 year. For example, cash in hand. Cash in hand. Like that, cash at bank. Then debtors, closing stock. Then short-term investments. Etc. are some of the short-term assets or current assets which can be converted into cash within a period of 1 year. See, suppose cash in hand need not be converted, it is already converted. Cash at bank also same. Debtors, the person who have to give money to us, they will give the money within 1 year. Then closing stock means unsold goods in stock. These goods can be sold within 1 year and get the money. That money can be converted into cash. Short-term investments, the investments which can be converted into cash within 1 year, or the investment which will get its maturity within 1 year. For example, we have 1 year deposit, fixed deposit is there for 3 months or 9 months, or investment of money in short-term shares or something like that. So all these things are short-term assets or current assets. All these things can be converted into cash within 1 year. So the investment made in these assets are working capital, and this working capital or the investment, that means in order to get these assets we can find different sources. That means we can find short-term sources and long-term sources. That means the money we can generate to invest in these assets in two different ways. By short-term loans and advances. By short-term loans or by long-term loans. These are the two main sources. Short-term loans means by short-term liabilities. By committing certain short-term liabilities, we can invest money into these assets. That means, for example, in order to maintain closing stock, we need to buy some raw material and should produce something, and with that we have to produce the goods. So that goods are produced, some are sold on credit. That's why debtors are there. Some could not sell, so that is closing stock. In order to invest that money into that closing stock or goods produced, we can borrow the raw material on credit. That means creditors. So that is a short-term liability. We have to pay them within 1 year. Or we can get money from any short-term sources. Within 1 year we have to pay them. Or otherwise through a long-term source. By taking some long-term loan, we can find some money to invest this working capital. Okay. So if we invest money into this working capital or this short-term assets, that can be through short-term sources or long-term sources. Understood? Suppose if the current assets we have all current assets. These are the current assets we have. These current assets, how much of these current assets are compensated by current liability, or how much of these current assets are acquired by short-term loss, short-term liabilities or current liabilities. The difference will be the asset invested through long-term sources. Okay, that means we have told that current assets can be acquired by short-term loans or short-term loans as well as long-term loans, long-term liabilities. Okay, so that means there are two concepts of working capital. They are gross working capital, and net working capital. Net gross working capital means this is the total working capital that is earned. That means these are the total current assets earned through, we can say that current assets earned through current liabilities and long-term liabilities. Current liabilities and long-term liabilities. All the current assets together we can say that gross working capital. This is all the current assets can be taken as gross working capital or the gross amount invested in current assets. Then net working capital concept says that the current asset, this is the current asset which is invested through long-term sources. That means current assets, from all the current assets, if we reduce short-term liabilities, then difference will be called as net working capital. So we can say that net working capital is equal to current assets minus current liabilities. That means how much money we invested through long-term source. That is called net working capital. Gross working capital means how much money we altogether invested in current assets. That is called the gross working capital. Net working capital means how much money we have invested in working capital through long-term sources. That means current assets minus current liabilities. Okay. So these are the two concepts of working capital. And working capital means the money invested in short-term assets. See, money, how much money we invested here as cash in hand. That means how much money we have. How much money we have in our bank. How much money we have to get from debtors. That means how much goods we have sold on credit. That also the money invested in goods only. Goods means the goods sold. That money will get. And how much amount of goods are there to sell. And how much money we invested for short-term purpose in short-term investments. So all together working capital, and there are two concepts of working capital: gross working capital, which is invested through current and long-term sources, and net working capital concept says that how much amount of working capital is invested through long-term sources. Okay. Now we are going to see what are the factors affecting working capital requirements. Factors affecting working capital requirements. Working capital requirements. Which are the factors affecting working capital requirements? That means how much working capital is needed for a business. That is determined through various factors. What are the factors to be considered to fix that how much working capital is needed for our business? Okay. First one we can say that nature of business. The requirement of working capital or the amount of working capital needed for a business is determined by its nature. Nature means we can say that a trading concern or a manufacturing concern. A trading concern needs less working capital. Trading concern needs less working capital. If it is a trading concern, it needs less working capital. If it is a manufacturing concern, it needs more working capital. That means manufacturing concern means which produce and sell the goods, and trading concern means which buy and sell the goods. Now we can say that trading concern needs less working capital than a manufacturing concern. See, let us think about trading concern which buy goods and sells. Buy the goods in less price and sell it at a little more high price to get the profit. So there the product conversion is not there. Conversion of raw material to finished goods is not there. The goods as it is purchased will be sold. So that processing of goods is not there. That means the production process is not there. If production process is there, we have to find capital, or we have to find short-term fund for giving salary to these workers, giving current bill for production work. So all the production work we need money. That is not required since we are not processing the product. As it is purchased, it will be sold. So less working capital. In the case of manufacturing concern, we purchase the goods as raw material, and that raw material will be converted into finished products through various processes. So in order to complete all those processes, we need more money to pay labor charges or electricity charges, water charges, all those things. So after that, packing will be there, then forwarding, all the things will be there. For that, more working capital is needed. Now it is clear that nature of business affects the requirement of working capital. A trading concern needs less working capital, but a manufacturing concern needs more. Then next we can say that about scale of operation. Scale of operation means size of business. A business which has larger scale of operation. Larger production, more amount of goods are produced and sold. In order to produce more amount of goods, more raw material is required, more labor is required, more expenses is required. In order to meet more expenses, more working capital is required. For a small concern, less products are produced, less number of products are produced and marketed, so less working capital is required. Okay, the capital used for day-to-day activities, that is working capital, will be less for small size of business organization, but it will be more for a bigger business organization. Okay, then the third one we can say that business cycle. Business cycle. What is this business cycle? You may have studied economics and all. Say, we can say that this is the position where no profit, no loss. No profit, no loss. Okay, but our operation will be like this. Like this. So, if we produce and sell products of this much level, suppose if we produce and sell 10,000 units, if you produce and sell 10,000 units, our cost will be equal to our revenue. Cost will be equal to our revenue. That means no profit, no loss. If we are selling 10,100 products, 10,100 profit, we may get revenue up to this much. So this much is our profit. Okay, like that. In this case, where there is boom, this is boom period, where there is more demand. So at that time, what we can say about our capital investment, working capital investment? When there is boom situation, we need to produce more because more demand will be there. At the time when there is boom means the demand will be more. And customers will be demanding more number of products, or more customers will be there. At that time, we have to produce more products because sales will be more. In order to produce more products, we need more money to be invested for day-to-day activities. More raw material needs to be purchased, and more that means workers have to work overtime, for that money will be paid more. So all these things, more money will be needed. Okay. So in boom situation, if the business cycle shows a boom period where there is good demand, the money involvement, that means working capital requirement will be more. Then on the opposite, if there is depression, this we will say it as different phases. See here this is recovery, then recession will be there, then here it comes depression, again recovery will be there, will come to boom, then depression state will come, will be reach up to the last final stage of depression, and from there again recovery will start. So when there is depression, that means when it reaches here, then here there will not be demand, much demand will not be there, very few goods will be demanded, production will be very less, so the need for working capital will be very less. Okay, so now you understood that how business cycle affects the requirement of working capital. If the business cycle shows a boom period, there the requirement of working capital will be more. If the business cycle is in a dull position or depression stage, the working capital needed will be very less. The next one we can say that seasonal factors. Seasonal factors. See, the seasonal factor says that like boom and depression, for certain business there will be seasonal demand. The business or the products having seasonal demand will need more working capital at the time when there is peak season. Peak season means where there is more demand for goods. For example, for certain goods there will be more demand at festival seasons. Okay, so when the goods like winter dresses, winter clothes, that will have more demand at the time when there is cold season. Okay, so like that, seasonal products will have more demand in its peak season. At that time, we need to produce and sell more. For that, more working capital is needed. If it is a time where there is dull demand or there is no demand, so at that time, working capital requirement will be very less. Okay, then let us see the next one. Fifth one, we can say that production cycle. Production cycle. Production cycle means the time taken for producing the goods. Suppose two enterprises are there, or two companies or two industries are there. One industry is producing and selling, or one industry, one type of industry, it takes less time to produce the products. Within 1 week, the production process will be completed. And another industry is there that takes 1 month time to complete the production process. Which company needs more working capital? For example, company X needs 1 week to complete the production. Company Y needs 1 month to complete the production. Which company, X or Y, needs more working capital? Y needs more working capital, because after 1 month, when we put the raw material into production, the date from which we put the raw material into production, it takes 1 month to complete the production process. After that only we can sell the product and get the money. So during this 1 month, we have to manage the day-to-day expenses and all. So more amount of working capital need to be maintained. But in the case of X, within 1 week the production will be completed and can sell the product. So we need to maintain cash or working capital for that 1 week only. So amount of working capital needed to be maintained will be comparatively lesser than the company having long production cycle. Okay. Next we can say that credit avail. Credit availed. What do you mean by credit availed? The credit we have taken. The credit we have taken. We will get credit from whom? Our business will get credit from whom? From our suppliers. That means from whom we purchase the goods on credit. Suppose if we are getting the raw material, as that is the goods we are purchasing from our suppliers. We are getting the raw material for 6 months credit. 6 months credit. In one situation, we are getting the raw material in 6 months. 6 months credit. In another case, we are getting the raw material with 1 month credit. With 1 month credit. Where we need to maintain more working capital. Okay, a company, suppose a company is getting, company P is getting credit, that means raw material on credit for 6 months. Company Q is getting raw material for credit of 3 months, or let it be 1 month. Which company needs more working capital? Company Q needs more working capital. Why? Because after every 1 month we have to settle the amount payable to the creditors. So for that some amount is to be arranged and given. But in the case of company P, company gets 6 months time. Once in every 6 months only the company needs to settle the claim. So up to that 6 months, company need not maintain much cash for paying the creditors. So in the case of credit availed, credit we are getting, in that case, if the duration of credit availed is more, the working capital need to maintain will be less. If the duration of credit availed is less, we need to maintain more working capital to pay off the creditors. Like that, another one case is there, credit allowed. Credit allowed. Credit allowed to whom? Credit allowed to our customers. Credit allowed to our customers. Credit allowed to our customers. That means we will have credit sales. Some customers are there. So for that one company, for example, here one company P allows credit. P allows credit for 1 month. Q allows credit for 1 week. 1 week. Which company needs less working capital? Which company needs less working capital? That means in the case of company P, if it sells goods on credit, after 1 month only the company will get the money. But in the case of company Q, within 1 week the customers will pay the money. Which company needs more working capital? P needs more working capital because after 1 month only the company will get the revenue from the customers. So up to this 1 month the company need to keep more amount of money. Money is to be kept for meeting all the expenses up to this 1 month. But in the case of company Q, within 1 week the company will get back the money. So they need to maintain cash for meeting expenses for this 1 week only. So limited cash only need to maintain. So that is what we have to see, that credit allowed. In the case of credit allowed, if we give credit for long period of time, we need to maintain more working capital. If we allow credit for short period of time, we need to maintain only small amount of working capital. Opposite is there in the case of credit allowed. Credit available. If we get more time to pay that credit amount, that time we need to maintain less amount only. If we have only less time to pay off the obligation, we need to maintain more amount of working capital. So next we can say, next point, credit allowed, credit availed, and next one we can say that operating efficiency. Operating efficiency, that means efficiency in operating the activities of the business, or efficiency in operating the business. So if there is good efficiency, better efficiency, if the business is there, business is having, business needs to maintain less working capital. For example, we can compare various efficiencies like efficient handling of raw material, efficient handling of raw material. If we are able to handle the raw material efficiently with the minimum stock, we can complete the production process. Minimum stock only is needed. We need not maintain much stock. That means efficient handling of raw material means without any wastage we are using the raw material, or wastage will be minimum. And at the very moment when we need the raw material, we will get the supply of raw material. Supply will not take much time. Okay, with an immediate effect we will get the raw material, and so there is no need of making much stock, and wastage is less. So in that case, no need of spending more money for procuring the raw material and keep stock. Like that, efficiency in handling customers, credit, efficiency in handling credit. If we have efficient customer credit system, that means within very small fraction or within small duration, if the customers pay the money, we need not maintain much cash, because within limited days, within 2-3 days, customers pay the money, creditors pay the money. That means our customers pay the money. If we don't have any much better customer handling system, we need to maintain more amount of working capital. That is also. Okay, that is what about operating efficiency. Then next one we can say that availability of raw material. Availability of raw material. If the chance of getting raw material is rare, or it takes much time to get the raw material, that time we have to procure more raw material at a time. For example, suppose we have to bring the raw material from a long distance, and its availability also is very less. Means we have to inform in advance, some days, 1 month in advance, or 2 weeks or 1 month in advance, we have to inform them to keep ready the raw material. In that case, what to do? This 1 month also we have to continue the production process. So we have to maintain always a 1 month stock, because after giving order 1 month it will take to get the raw material. So we have to maintain raw material for this 1 month. So if it is easily available within 1 day, within hours, if the raw material comes, so we can maintain maximum of 1 day's stock. So see, from 1 month to 1 day, how much cost can be reduced. So if easy availability of raw material is there, can maintain less working capital. If the availability of raw material is very difficult, or it takes time, if it takes time, we need to maintain more amount of working capital. Okay. Then next, we can say that growth prospect. What is growth prospect? That means a business organization has, if it has a chance to grow, or a growing business organization. If our business has a chance to grow well, what to do? We have to maintain this working capital for spending that in the process of its growth. That means process of growth means during the process of growth we will get more demand for the products, so more amount of goods are to be produced, means more raw material needs to purchase, more employees are to be appointed, more expenses we have to incur for transporting the goods and selling. So all those things for a growing business organization needs more amount of working capital. But if there is no chance of growth, so less chance of growth for a business organization. For that business organization needs less amount of capital. The next level of competition. Level of competition also affects the amount of working capital. If a business organization has more number of competitors, if an organization has more number of competitors, we have to compete with our rival folks. In order to compete with them, we have to keep always ready an amount of goods. When there is a chance of, that means when there is demand for the product, that time we have to supply our product in the market. So we have to keep always ready certain amount of goods in stock. Okay, so at that time we need more working capital. If competitors are less, we can do our business without much stress. Okay, with the limited quantity from this goods we can manage the situation. Okay, in that case where there is less competitors, need to maintain less this working capital. And the last point we can say that in the case of inflation, what do you mean by inflation? The money value will be decreased, the money value will be less. So in a situation where there is less value for money, at that time the value of goods will be more. That is the situation for inflation. In inflation time, the price of goods will be increasing due to less, that means decrease in the value of money. The price of goods will be increasing. So you can think about that situation when there is inflation. That means when there is increase in the value of goods. Increase in the value of goods means increase in the value of raw material also. Value of raw material may increase. So since the value of goods are increasing, we have to compensate more for the employees or workers. Their charges, labor charges will be paid, have to be paid more. So in such a case, what is the situation? Here we have to maintain more amount of working capital. At the time when there is inflation, we need to maintain more amount of working capital. In its opposite situation, when there is deflation, can adjust with the small amount of working capital. Okay, so when there is inflation, we need to maintain more amount of working capital. So these are all for today. These are all the various factors affecting the working capital requirements. I hope all of you understood what is working capital and what are the factors which affects the requirement of working capital.